speaking of in the house, the king of swing, the Argyle assassin,
or as he likes to be called, Mike.
And one of our newest staffers, Mike Fagan. And Mike, those nicknames, I'm guessing originated with Mike J of the PBA. Did you have anything to do with either one of those nicknames?
No, I didn't have anything.
Nothing.
To do with them. No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I don't know how giving your own, yourself a nickname, that usually doesn't work out too well.
Hey, Mike J, I'd like you to call me Randy. Oh God.
Hey, Mike, welcome aboard.
Glad to be here.
You and I, about the same time, just hired in.
Yes.
We're new folks, and you just got married.
I did.
You did.
Fagan.
Mike Fagan got
Not
married.
Mike Flanagan.
No. People confuse us on Facebook all the time.
I don't.
You get rid of the land in there, and we're the same name. Purvis Granger, Purvis Granger?
Never Nervous Purvis, yep.
Old $1.85, I heard. $1.85 Granger.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I'm not either, but you can look it up. It was in Maxim magazine. It was a published article. It covered exactly what that meant. Look it up out there, Maxim magazine. That's where I read it. I'm a student of the game, and I'm a student.
It was nice working with you, Mike.
Maxim magazine.
You're fired.
So anyway, you'll have to look that up. But Purvis Granger actually sent me a friend request, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. This guy's got a lot of history in bowling. And then all of a sudden immediately fires in on my wall, congratulations on the wedding, and are you going to be coming over to Europe to bowl? And I was like, uh-oh.
Wrong guy.
Yeah. So, and then I immediately sent it. I sent it to Mike, and I took a photo of it, and he's on his honeymoon, for crying out loud. I'm interrupting him on his honeymoon with this garbage. I'm sorry, Mike.
No,
how'd that work?
You're fired, Mike.
Hey, look at this new jersey you got. You're sporting a new jersey here.
Absolutely, yeah. I love the new jersey. Guys over at Storm helped me redesign the jersey. We've got got an appearance on CBS Sports coming up this week. I may or may not make the show. You have to turn in. I don't know if I made it or not yet, but I think I did. So I'll be on there.
Yeah, it's a great looking jersey, and thanks, Randy. It's a great looking jersey, and I know that you've worked hard on style and fashion your whole career. You've tried to kind of brand yourself. And obviously you've been nicknamed the Argyle Assassin and all these other things, but we're looking forward to working with you with helping us with our apparel line as well.
I'm all for that, man. We got to look good when we're bowling out there, Absolutely. Got to stay in shape, got to look good, Got to, hit the tanning bed once in a while, Right, Randy? Oh, no.
I just go play 18 holes. I don't have to go to the tanning bed. I just go out in the Florida sun and sweat and
I only turn red, so I don't have to worry about that.
Hey, Mike, what people out there want to know everywhere I go, and everybody says, Mike Fagan signed with Storm. Fagan went with Storm. People want to know, I know you threw Storm earlier in your career when you bowled high rollers, but people want to know why you came to Storm. What's the real reason?
There's a lot of reasons. I mean, just working with great people, working with Del Ballard, as a tour rep, as a coach. The equipment is obviously, speaks for itself. It's phenomenal, and, just working with a lot of great minds, a lot of great people that are, motivated about making this game better and getting it to where it needs to be. So I'm just happy to be part of the family.
Well, I know we're happy to have you. There were some higher-ups at Storm that had you in their sights for quite some time, and it's just a matter of time, I felt, before the opportunity would come about. And as soon as that opportunity did, Storm being, the company that they are and how aggressive they are, they jumped at the opportunity to sign you, and it's a great move. In my opinion, it makes the staff a little younger. It brings one of the superstars of the tour on board, and it just gives us that many more opportunities to showcase our products on the air.
Well, I hope I can get the product out there on the air more often, and get to the TV show and make a good name for Storm, which, and just contribute to their already stellar reputation.
Mike, couple of questions for you here, and I want to give a shout out to George Gohagan III, who's in the chat, another one of our amateur guys out there throwing our equipment. But Mike, you just got married. You were in the race for Player of the Year last season. This is an extended, longer season. You made the switch to Storm. You started playing, in my opinion, and we talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to get Randy's opinion as well. You know, I remember when you first broke out on tour, when I remember you bowling, you were the big boomer. You know, you were really hooking the ball a lot. And we've seen a lot of success by Jason Belmonte and Oscar Playerman, guys like that can get in and loft it and create that angle. And you're a guy that can do that with all 3 fingers in the bowling ball. And then I saw you win the Masters, and you started attacking the lanes. You won that title attacking the lanes from the straighter angle. And when I've watched you bowl some events, being out on the tour with extra frame and stuff, I've seen that you've tightened up your angles a bit. I see you playing a lot more direct. I haven't followed you 24/7. But could you talk a little bit about why you've made that change in your game, and have you evaluated that to see where you think that's taken you, and are you going to start moving back in, or what makes you want to do that? Why did you do that?
I feel like, you know, I mean, for a lot of the time when I'm playing straighter, you know, it just simplifies the game a lot for me. You know, usually when I'm playing straighter, you know, I don't have to move my feet as much. You know, the moves are a little bit simpler. And, you know, it's kind of just, you see the test of time. Guys like Walter Ray, guys like Noordhoek, you know, I mean, they've just stood the test of time. So I'm kind of interested in, you know, prolonging my career and, you know, also opening up my options for, you know, when the hook game isn't working, you know, I'm still able to compete.
I think the 2 biggest things that turned Mike's career around, and this is from not only my bowling perspective, but as an analyst as well, is 2 things. Mike became diversified. He became, what's the word?
Versatile?
That's the one. Once he added versatility to his arsenal, that took him to another level. But after that, for him, it was all about confidence. So once you saw the versatility work, and once you gained confidence, then it was over. I mean, you went from the guy that was, yeah, he's a good player, and you know, a lot of to one of the superstars, and it was the two things: the versatility, and that's Mike incorporating the straight game when he had to, or when he has to, and then the confidence level. Now it's the total package.
As a change in his game, and as I see it as a bowler and being a fan of bowling, I saw that, and that's why I wanted to touch on that, because you really have become a complete player.
Well, I've always been working on, you know, playing straighter for years and years, but, you know, actually, you know, putting it into competition was a different story. So, you know, that confidence level was just really what kind of took it over the top. You know, me not only doing it in practice, but, you know, implementing it in a tournament and in pressure situations. You know, now I feel like I've got all my bases covered.
Without question. It's like you take a golfer that likes to hit a draw, and he's practicing trying to hit a fade, and all of a sudden he plays, you know, he's playing the U.S. Open where he has to fade it, and, well, you better have some confidence in that, in having that go-to shot. And now with the confidence that you have and the versatility, and you put the 2 together, you know that you could go into your bag of tricks, so to speak, and pull out whatever game you want anytime you want.
Yeah, it's such a mental thing. You know, I mean, a lot of guys have the ability. I think every single guy on tour has the ability to win, but, you know, just being out there and being confident in your game and being able to execute, you know, that's what makes the greats the greats.
A lot of great physical games on the tour. You don't get on our tour without having some game, but what separates the men from the boys is, you know, what the great players have upstairs. And you look down the top 50 list, the top 100 list of all time, and there's not a guy in that group that didn't have a great mind. And, you know, it's what overcomes pressure. It's what enables you to pry it off when you need to. It's what enables you to make these changes with conviction. And so it's got to be the whole package. You can't just physically be great. We've seen a lot of physically great players that never made it.
Absolutely.
They didn't have the mind. They didn't have the mental. They didn't have the mental game to get it done. And so the physical part will only carry you so far.
Hey, Mike, you're in demand. Bill Chrisman is requesting you over on the other side of the booth.
Okay.
But this isn't the last time you'll be by over the next couple of days for all your fans at home to be able to check in. Stay tuned into Bowl Expo, because you'll be back.
I'm glad to be here, and thanks for having me. I'll be back.
You're the man.
I'm going to miss you.
Oh, don't make me tear up.
There you have it. That's Mike Fagan. And now joining us, we just got a revolving guest list here. Now joining us is Roger Noordhoek. Roger, what's going on, bud?
Doing well, doing well. Just got out of a great meeting with the PBA. Really exciting about some of the stuff they've got coming up. Well, we're having a little meeting here in the booth, getting things going. It's going to be an exciting day here at Bull Expo. We're here with Mike Sinek. Want to talk a little bit about Wounded Warriors today. We just did an event, Mike. How did that go for you?
The event was spectacular. We had 57 Wounded Warriors out of Bethesda Naval Bowling Center. We had Navy SEALs, Marine Expeditionary Force, Army guys. We worked with a double amputee, a single amputee, a bunch of guys with PTSD and TBI, and basically what we did is we gave them a recreational program. We showed them that we can work around their injuries and gave them something that they can take home with them. That really, you could see that they were energized, the fact that they could actually do something even though they felt they were injured.
And Mike, this was our second event this year. Can you talk to us a little bit about the first event to the second event, and just how are the people doing back home from the first event?
The results from the first event were phenomenal. What we found is that participation in therapy, all kinds of therapy, both emotional and physical therapy sessions, increased. Participation went way up, and we also were able to transition a lot of soldiers out of the program and back to normal life, either back to active duty or back onto a civilian life.
Great. And so not only did these guys get some products, but we had some great partners that provided these guys a lot of different bowling gifts. We got Bowler's Journal put in some subscriptions for these guys. Really what we're hoping to do is not only get them back and healthy and enjoying life, but also get them involved in our sport. How's that going back home as far as them bowling more and more and doing things outside of their everyday lives now? Are they incorporating that in their lives?
Absolutely. Actually, at my center at Fort Meade, we've got 2 teams now that bowl in our Wednesday night league that are from the Wounded Warriors, from the Warrior Transition Unit. So they actually saw the competitive aspect and realized that they could compete and decided they were going to join the league. So that's really exciting.
Great. And Mike, let's switch gears a little bit. You do some other things here for Storm Products. You are one of our staff managers. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you do? We have over 320 staffers around the country that are involved and representatives of our Storm and Rotor Grip brands. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Certainly, and it's an honor to actually work with our staff. I work with the amateur advisory and pro shop staff and some of the regional staff. My job is to, one, help with layouts, answer any questions that our staffers might have, also create in our social media areas some points of interest that might be interested to the bowlers in general, but also to our staffers to help make sure that there's information getting across the country from staffer to staffer.
Great. Well, Mike, I appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by the booth, and enjoy the day and all the things going on here at Bull Expo.
Thank you.
Well,
hey, Raj.
What's going on, Mike?
Hey,
how are you?
We're just up here we're dialing in this broadcast. We're having a little production meeting up here while you were doing that. And Roger, obviously you were the director of marketing. You stepped aside and let me come into that new role. And talk a little bit about your new role here, this business development role.
Well, one of the things that I enjoy about Storm is understanding all the different facets and what goes on at Storm and making things move and push forward. And I'm really excited about all the ideas that you're going to bring to the table and helping you get those moving forward with all the different things. And one thing about business is you've got a lot of moving parts in different departments, and sometimes you get those disconnects just naturally. And going to be working a lot with the different departments to try to integrate all of the things that we do, make things more efficient for our people, really. And at the end of the day, it's going to make it better for our customers and our pro shops and bowlers around the world by integrating all the things that we do.
Hey, Roger, did you tell Mike that the new guy always has to buy lunch?
Yes, he will be making the McDonald's trips every Friday morning for the next 12 months.
Thank God it's McDonald's. I was waiting to hear, maybe at least Outback.
You're letting him off easy, Roger.
Well, there's always Friday night, too. Hey, dinners, lunch.
Yep. Good stuff.
All right, bud. Well, thank you so much, Roger. You do a great job down there sideline reporting.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. That's Roger Noordhoek joining us, and really appreciate him talking to Mike Sinek as well. Mike's a great guy, too.